because he has nothing to lose. He doesn't need a draw, and he's playing against Olexandr Bortnyk. We've seen this match before. It's two of the players with the most points in these Title Tuesdays. Come on, Magnus. Can you manage 11 out of 11?
Yeah, and Bortnyk has given Magnus some trouble over the years. Bortnyk has beaten him many, many times, including in Title Tuesdays. Nearly 3,200 on chess.com. That is a huge rating for the Ukrainian Grandmaster. He plays an e4, e5 opening. It's the 4 knights line of the Spanish. All the knights coming out. It is exactly as it says on the tin here, and Magnus develops his bishop. One of the main moves now is to actually belatedly take this knight off the board and just make it a bit more quiet. Bortnyk castles instead. Magnus will likely do the same. Oh, I just feel like it's fate, right? It has to be now.
Yeah.
But I've been there so many times. When you're so close to your goal, that's when it gets most difficult.
Yeah.
Most accidents happen within 2 miles of your house. It's just, you see the finishing line, right? And then you relax too early.
And then you start thinking about the results and not about the game. But 88% of our viewers on YouTube, they think we will see 11 points. And that was a vote that we were doing earlier in the broadcast. So they have believed in Magnus for a long time. And let's see if he can manage. And there's been 7 times throughout Title Tuesday history where a player has gotten 11 out of 11. 3 of those times was Magnus. 2 of them, Hikaru Nakamura. Limle and Jose Martinez have both managed it once. So come on, Magnus, you can really get another one of these 11 out of 11s. They're rare and far between, but it would be amazing that it happens today.
Wow, history in the making. Magnus, he grabs a pawn. He's going for it here. He could have played a safer move. He could have just ignored the white knight in the center. Magnus doesn't look happy about his decision, but the eval bar says it's okay. He's gone a pawn up. And wow, Bortnyk makes a big mistake, apparently. He gives up a second pawn. That's a big surprise. I thought he would just kick back the black knight and bring his bishop out. Magnus now a favorite to get there.
Magnus seems like disgusted with what his opponent is doing. I would think that you would be like happy and celebrating and like, oh, I'm getting a good chance in the opening. But he just looks at these moves with disgust.
Yeah, he's just shocked.
What am I talking about? Queen g4, I got knight f6.
Or wait, is he doubting his own calculations?
I think he was worried about this move, queen into g4 now, but the black knight just drops back and trades off. Magnus is 2 pawns up. I think he's realizing now he's already done most of the hard work. Now he just needs to cling on to his extra material. Magnus is so close.
And he's got a lot of time, so that shouldn't be a problem for him.
I just don't see Bortnyk's plan. Like, he gave up 2 pawns in the center, his 2 central pawns. He gave them both up. And black just ate both of those pawns, and they were tasty. Maybe the white queen will come out to one of these squares, try to whip up some attack, but it shouldn't work. And we see Bortnyk there. Looks like he's frozen. Yeah, I think.
But it wasn't a look of joy on his face.
Exactly.
He seems, we can see some slight movement, so he's actually just locked into place. He's not really concentrating on the streaming right now. He's very focused at the fact that he's down 2 pawns. He's not sure where the compensation for those pawns is.
And Magnus doesn't play necessarily the best move, but it's good enough. The black pawn will step forward to hit the white queen. You can't really go for tactics involving the black rook in the corner. The queen will find herself trapped there. I'm thinking jumping out the way with the white knight. That will win the exchange, but it's only temporary since the black bishop will come out and trap that queen. That's why Bortnyk's shaking his head. It's also cost him more than a minute now on the clock. Magnus is 2 pawns up, 1 minute up. Bortnyk is living life on the edge. He tries to trap the black bishop, but Magnus now will probably push his pawn forward, I was going to say. Nope, he trades off knight for bishop, and now he will retreat this piece. Still looking good.
Bortnyk is like looking out into the distance and being like, how did I get here? So early on in the game as well.
Exactly. With white to be 2 pawns down after, what was it, 10 moves. And right now Magnus is just debating where to go with his bishop, into the corner or onto a slightly more vulnerable square, but equally safe for now.
And a lot is at stake for Bortnyk as well, because although first place, 10 points, they're going to go to Magnus no matter what. But the 8 points you get for second place, those are still up for grabs. And then there's 5 points. There's a lot of difference between the different placements here. And second place is way better than third, which is way better than fourth. Every little margin here matters. and could be determining who gets to play in the Esports World Cup. So this is an important game for Bortnyk, who is clearly disappointed with how it's played out.
Yeah, he just has to move his knight now. His queen will not get trapped anymore in the corner. He has to jump out the way with his knight with a check. There we go. He's going to pocket that rook in the corner, but the white queen is offside. She might take a few moves to get back. Currently, the material balance is black having a bishop and 2 pawns for a rook, so it's level material. But the white queen will need to sneak back before it's too late. And Magnus, in the meantime, will try to generate an attack, but he doesn't retreat his queen. That's very brave from Bortnyk. But it might be too late. He has to get it out now. There we go. And he has to run before the black bishop closes the door.
But it looked like Magnus was kind of getting into a more concentrated phase there, where he was like, oh, I have to be precise. He's still better.
He's still better. Oh, not anymore. Magnus Carlsen's let it slip, and there's a key move. White has to bring this bishop forward, deflect the black queen away from the defense of his bishop, and suddenly the advantage turns. It switches hands.
What does Magnus say? Does he say anything?
No,
Does he notice it?
Bishop g5, queen d7. Or bishop e6. I really, really didn't want to trade those bishops.
Oh, and it looks like Bortnyk just realized what he missed. Oh, no. That's like the worst feeling in the world, is like when you realize just a moment too late, oh my God, I had the opportunity.
Yeah, it's better not to realize, right?
Yeah.
Bortnyk definitely knew. He definitely knew he had that opportunity to move his bishop out. As Magnus said, wasn't there for long, but Magnus still playing careless moves. He's trying to play quickly. He brings his rook forward. The white queen shouldn't have retreated. There were actually other ideas in the position. Bortnyk really needs to block the black pawns now before they continue advancing. The advantage is switching hands. It's all about this move. Black needs to stop those pawns. Just block. There we go. And Magnus now is totally solid in the center. Magnus with a huge advantage. 2 minutes versus 1 minute. Will he get that 100%? Will he get 11 out of 11, the world number 1? Is he going to move his queen out the way now? Is he just going to get her off this central line where she's a bit vulnerable? He should be doing this, right? I don't think he could have dreamed it better. He's never been closer. And poor Bortnyk, who said he was angry at the start of today. He was going to try and channel that anger. He's done so well, but he might be falling short. He's in 6th place at the moment, Bortnyk, so only a win for him will really help him in the standings. Magnus repeats the position, or no, he doesn't. He chooses not to, moves his king. And the white queen is just so stuck. Bortnyk gambling now. He knows he's playing a difficult position, but he needs to get his queen back into the game. He gives up his bishop. He's trying to create some tactics along this line. Black, though, has 2 bishops for the rook and a pawn now.
But look at Magnus's face.
Oh.
What is he saying?
This game. But I'm gonna get away with it, almost certainly.
I think he knows it hasn't been perfect. Earlier, he did miss 1 or 2 moves. He did let the advantage slip for 1 or 2 turns, but now it's totally one-sided again. It's 2 bishops and a pawn versus a rook. Massive material advantage for black, and on an open board, the bishops are so strong. Bortnyk looks furious with himself in the meantime, cursing himself, telling himself off for missing some moves earlier, maybe for a dodgy opening where he lost material and rook trade. Magnus is getting closer. It's so close now, almost guaranteed. Those bishop pawn, it promotes now. Magnus Carlsen, the last few moves. The first time in the autumn split, we're going to see 11 out of 11.
Oh.
So close. 2 squares from touchdown. The black bishop just needs to come back and support the long diagonal. There we go. He's playing for stalemate, Bortnyk. He's playing for tricks. Can he survive?
Well, Magnus is taking it seriously, at least. He's investing quite a bit of time in these final moments of the tournament.
Yeah, just avoiding any checkmating ideas. That's the only thing White has up his sleeve. Magnus, can he fend off the threats? Is he going to take the pawn? First, he gives a check. He's going to make a new queen next. The black bishop will defend any checks on the diagonal. Magnus Carlsen is going to get 11 out of 11. Here we go. It's not a checkmate. Magnus looks ready to celebrate. Will Bortnyk resign? 7 seconds, 6 seconds. He gives up his rook. He plays for stalemate. It's going to end with checkmate. There's a trophy in the background. Magnus does it. 11 out of 11, the champion.
The big
Yay.
liquid cup outside as well. It's nice. Nepomniachtchi got himself to 9 out of 11, kind of out of nowhere. Let's just quickly have a look at last game. This was won by Hikaru against Savannah.
Magnus is looking for games that are still ongoing, and there are not many of them. And look at Bortnyk.
Let's have a look. Oh, it's about to buy one. Alireza made it to 9 out of 11. So
There we go.
this is like third or fourth time maybe that I make 11 out of 11. It's always nice. Not gonna lie, it's a good feeling.
It was the fourth time, Magnus. We'll be
Okay.